Hey everyone, James Lynch here doing a quick reaction video to the news that Aaron Pico will now take on Lerone Murphy in the co-main event of UFC 319. The UFC announcing this on the UFC Abu Dhabi broadcast today. Our guy Marcel with the very nicely crafted tweet. This is a good fight. This fight makes sense. Remember, I've been very critical, if you've seen on this channel, of the Aaron Pico and Movsar Evolev fight, which I didn't think made any sense for Movsar Evolev. The guy's the #1 contender. Pico's making his debut. Murphy is kind of ranked higher. He's higher up in the rankings, but I don't mind this fight because, again, Pico's a guy, there's a lot of hype behind him in terms of his wrestling pedigree and everything that he's done over his career, and he's relatively young, so this is sort of a good step for him. I think Murphy's a guy that the UFC, I don't think, is too pleased with after that main event win over Josh Emmett. Not a very appealing fight. I think the hope here is, kind of like the Evolev fight, is that Aaron Pico's going to knock out Lerone Murphy if you're the UFC. I think that's the best case scenario. For Murphy, it keeps him busy. We heard some rumblings about Murphy possibly fighting Arnold Allen. I guess that's not a thing. And this kind of opens things up a little bit in the featherweight division. And, you know, I had been hearing behind the scenes they were trying to rebook Pico and Evolev. So this is good. I think this fight makes way more sense because, again, Pico was not a former Bellator champion. He wasn't even a title challenger for Bellator. He should be getting the same sort of treatment that Michael Venom Page got, which is, you know, when he fought Kevin Holland in his UFC debut. Lerone Murphy kind of fits that mark. Even though Murphy's ranked a bit higher, I have no issues with this fight. And I think this fight's a little bit intriguing. You know, Murphy's been getting wins, you know, in the division, but he hasn't been getting wins where you're like, oh my gosh, like this guy's going to be, you know, potentially win a title. I think Pico will bring out the best in him in this opportunity here. He's got, again, good wrestling, good stand-up. But the big issue with Pico, and I've said this time and time again, is his level of opposition is nowhere close to some of the guys that are in the UFC right now. He's coming off a win over Henry Corrales, who's 38 years old. Same Henry Corrales who beat Aaron Pico early in his career. So we'll have to see. Let's do a quick tail of the tape between these two, and I'll do an early look preview on this one here pretty soon. 13-4 record for Aaron Pico. He's 28 years old, training at a Jackson Wink. He's 5'8" with a 71-inch reach. Lerone Murphy, 34 years old, so going to be older, 5'9" with a 73.5-inch reach. So Aaron Pico, going to be a little bit small in this spot here at 5 foot, with Lerone Murphy's 5'9" with a 73.5-inch reach. I mean, small, I guess what I'm getting, he's not going to be small here. I should take that back, but Murphy will have the height and reach advantage in this fight, but he's also older here, right at 34 compared to 28. And again, you look at who Murphy's fought over the last couple of fights: Josh Emmett, Dan Ige, Edson Barbosa. These are all ranked featherweights. These are all good wins on his end. Again, didn't really blow me away with his performances, but he got the victory there. With Aaron Pico, again, strength of schedule is a huge issue for him. Henry Corrales, Pedro Carvalho, James Gonzalez, these guys would not even be top 15 ranked featherweights in the division. Again, you got to fight who you're given. I understand that, but there's a lot of people who feel like Pico's a future champion. We'll see in this fight. We'll see how he looks. I think he's got a puncher's chance, but if I'm picking right now, I'm going Lerone Murphy. I think he probably wins like he normally does, but you never know. Aaron Pico could surprise here. The other thing quickly with Pico, long layoff coming into this fight. That fight with Henry Corrales was in February of 2024, so huge layoff coming into this one. But like I said, I'll preview this more on early look. So I don't know what you guys think in the comment section below. A couple things about this. First off, do you like the fight? Is this a good co-main event for UFC 319? Give me your thoughts on that. Who's going to win this fight? I want your early prediction. And what do you think happens with Movsar Evolev now? I guess he's still out. Does that mean he's going to get the title shot? I don't know what they're going to do. Like, we really don't know what's going on with any of this right now. I want to get your theory on how the rest of the featherweight division is going to unfold here. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @LynchOnSports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.